So yeah, wann kann ich her? Okay, so this is what I call a mini bass. I built it myself. I had an idea because I've seen one, tried one in São Paulo, Brazil, and I just loved it first time I played it. So it's tuned A, D, G, and C on the top, which is in fact similar to a long scale bass with a couple on the fifth fret. So in fact, this bass is exactly the same length as the fretless Fender bass, jazz bass, for instance. It's the same length, but you have a couple. So all I miss is I've got an A here. So all I miss is a G, an F, and an E in any scale. So that's not much taken off, but what I get from this modification is things are, the action is much lower at the here on the A position. So it's very easier. It's a lot easier here, and I still have the sound of a long string, because here it's the same as having a long string. In fact, these strings up here are long scale. Just get them. What else? So yeah, I've got so I made this from I found the neck. The back of the neck was an electric guitar, very old electric guitar, which was I found that. So it was nobody wanted it. So yeah, I said I want to try that, and so I took the back of the neck of the guitar, add some wood on the side so I could put big tuners, and all these tuners are coming from one of the first bass I had in my life. The bass was completely not working because the neck was screwed. It was a fretless already. I made a fretless from it. So yeah, I had these things here. I bought some cheap bridge here, it's just 4 bridges, and I put obviously symmetric output. So an asymmetric output, symmetric output. It's all very simple electronic. There's nothing, just volume here. I don't need more. I never use the volume anyway, because I play the volume with my fingers and make all the dynamics with my fingers. I don't need a volume button. Just go on stage, put the volume, and that's it. Never change really, unless everybody starts to play very loud, and I have to put another extra dBs. But most of the time it's okay. I used to play with reasonable people, so whatever that means. So yeah, that's the thing. And so I took the fretboard from the guitar out, obviously, and put a piece of pear wood, the fruit, the pear, which is really strong wood. When it's like, it's really close to ebony in terms of how hard it is. It's really hard, but it's perfect to work. When you work with that, the wood goes, it's very nice. Really, really pleasant to work with. And so I put that on top. I kept, it's actually there's this how you call that in English? Well, the big screw in there. Truss rod in there. It's accessible just from here, but I don't change. I don't have to change it because I make it really steady, even with the variation of temperature, the moisture in the air. It goes a bit, very, very, very small difference, because the neck is quite big. It's quite big. I put like when the fretboard of the guitar was like 4 millimeters high, and this one is 6 meters high, so it's like 2 millimeters bigger than the electric guitar. Well, the connection here, it's very straightforward. The body is plywood. I know, but it's working very nice, and I don't really, the sustain is brilliant. I don't have to do more than that, and yeah, it's like the pickup is from the old guitar, the old bass I had, so it must be like a Japanese type of pickup from the 70s. I try all the pickups here, to tell you the truth, and this one is the best. So it's surprising because it's very, very cheap. I mean, what's coming from a cheap bass, and the sound is brilliant. I love it this way, so I don't. A lot of sustain, it's clean, and it's not even very close to the strings. I mean, we could even put that higher than that, but I don't need that. It's okay. I mean, most of your tone is in your fingers, really, especially in fretless bass. It's also in the fingers and in your brain, probably somewhere. So this was my first attempt to do a mini bass. So remember A, D, G, C tuning, and I was really surprised by the result. And I've been playing that a lot. Really in gigs. It's brilliant because it's very small. You can take that on the plane, you can take it everywhere. You go camping, you take this bass and the little lamp, and it's working just fine. It's brilliant. And the other thing is I've got some problem with my elbow. I've got tanning it. I don't know if that's the right word, in my elbow. So I cannot play a lot with the other big basses, like, I've got lots of other basses. I might show you that at the end. But this one, I can play that for hours and I don't get tired. I'm perfectly fine with that. So let's see. So this was the first attempt, really. And I was really pleased with it. Really, really pleased. Really good surprise. I thought, well, the painting is, I'll keep it this way. It's not finished, but I like it. I like it this way. I got used to it. Okay, so now, this, after seeing how nice it was, this first one, I decided to make this one, which is the difference between the two. First of all, that this scale is longer. It means that the length of the string is like, if you think it's an entire neck, it would be like 2 inches longer than a Fender jazz bass. I've got one here. So it's longer than the jazz bass in terms of string, but relatively, because we start on the A, it's still a short scale, which is like the same, the same thing. So yeah. So this is longer scale than the other one, but it's still very short. So at the moment, I can play it a lot. Obviously, I can play this one as well. I've got a problem because the thinner string, the C string I have, was somewhere making a noise inside. Because I use always flat wound for these kind of things. Fretless is, for me, is flat wound. There's no other way. Well, eventually half round would be good, but I like flat rounds. I like flat round with a lot of treble sometimes. It sounds better. So yeah, the string was basically I couldn't use the other string. It was like bzz, bzz all the time. So I'm using an old one, an old string, which doesn't make the buzz, but it's a 32. 32 is a big big because I've got 32 and then 32 and I think that's just 40. So 32 to 40, it's big. What I like for this kind of these basses, it sounds better. But this one, the other one, is a 28, the smallest, which is brilliant. Well, you should use for C. You better use 28, 30, 32 is good too. But there's 28 and 30s are really hard to find on even on the internet. I found a shop in Germany. Online shop specializing in strings. I used for a long time. I used cello strings for the C. I mean, I used to buy a D cello string and use it as C on my bass, but doesn't sound good because well, the metal is not the same, so you have a big difference, and you have to tune your pickups. Okay, on this one, I did nearly everything, except obviously the pickups. I put few pickups, different pickups, on the internet, cheap ones, but a lot of them, different ones. This is a cheap Japanese, Chinese pickup, and it does the job. It's really, really cool. I mean, obviously, I could spend a lot, I could spend a couple of €100 for a pickup, but as I say, my sound is in my fingers. Pickup doesn't change much because when I play, I listen to the pickup and I use the characteristic of the pickup the way I play. So it's kind of a relationship. I mean, it's like a tuners. You don't really care where the tuners is, position of tuners. You don't want all your tuners to be aligned. What you do is once you tune, that's the position. The same with here, where you find the sound. You tune your sound with eventually, treble, basses, equalization, anything you want. So it doesn't matter. Well, you have your bass, and then you find the sound, and that's it. That's it. I don't think that's very important. You have a fantastic pickup. If there's not enough output, well, that's very low actually. It's like, oh wow, I've got like 5 millimeters. It's insane. Yeah, okay. That's because I was saturating, but it's a strong output. It's okay. It's very cheap, but really, really works well with this one. So I'm pleased with that. And so the tension at the moment is quite strong on this bass because of not the good strings. So I was expecting to have my strings in the little box today, but apparently they're not. So this video is going to be this one is quite different. Yeah. Yeah. So, oh yeah, I can show you the rest of it. So the neck, I wanted to have really strong because the neck is just fixed by the front, by here and here. I wanted to have a stronger plate to keep the neck in the right position. So I made this thing, which is I know it's a bit curious, but it works really well. I mean, the neck is not moving at all. I mean, you can, and I'm really strong on it, and doesn't move really. So I have a very strong, a very long sustain, really good sustain with this thing here. Well, the body is just pine, and the front is I would think it's kind of pop wood, pop something. I don't even know. I don't. I mean, there's and the fretboard is the same as this. I wanted to put the fretboard, a pier fretboard here, but I couldn't find any wood of that. I've got some pieces, but it's too short, so I used the wood I found. I would prefer another, a stronger one. So okay, that's all I can say on the Minibass. I don't know what can I play here for you. Oh, I don't really know. Yeah, what's that? I don't know. What's that? Okay. And on and on and on. So yeah, this bass needs to be played louder. Yeah, the bridge is far too low at the moment. I mean, we've got to tune it pretty higher. And equalization, I use the same equalization for both, but this one needs a bit more treble. And this one is more precise in terms of tuning because the scale is longer. And I will do another video when I change the string because these strings, I really don't like these strings anymore. Especially the C, which is a lot of tension. And it's not really comfortable. I like softer strings. And the difference is not right between them. So. Still, it's too old. There's some noise in there. Okay, so that's it for now.